Hi, Tim. I appreciate you taking the time to take my call yesterday. It was great to chat with you briefly. Um, Before I jump into the content that I want to talk to you about in this video, I just want to give you a little bit of background on myself. So, like we talked about yesterday, I'm a U.S. Marine veteran, and I got out of the Marine Corps in 2020. As I'm sure you remember, there was a lot of craziness going on at that time, with COVID lockdowns and everything else that was happening that year. And something that I observed during that time was that a lot of big corporations were getting bigger and taking more and more of the profit share, while small local businesses, a lot of them were, being forced out of business or really experiencing recession in terms of their bottom line. So that wasn't something that sat well with me at all because I believe very strongly in small businesses. I believe that they're the backbone of our country. And so I started my business, Sovereign SEO, with the objective to help small business owners win. Essentially to get local businesses connected with more customers so that you guys can help more people and achieve the growth and success that you want. So with that in mind, I want to talk to you about how you can use your presence online to do exactly that. So the first thing I wanted to show you is some metrics here. These are some terms that people might search on Google. We call these search keywords. Obviously, if somebody's searching for these sorts of terms, there's a pretty high likelihood that they're going to be searching for a service that you offer, right? Now, based on your website, I think you just you do installs and probably not maintenance. So take this with a grain of salt because a lot of people who search landscaping may be looking for maintenance rather than installs. But even that being said, I want to show you something real quick. So this right here, this volume number, is the number of times per month that on average these get searched. So Mesa Landscaping gets searched almost 3,000 times per month. Landscaping Chandler gets searched almost 400 or 450 on average. And all these other words, and you'll notice that these are only Southeast Valley. All these other words get searched hundreds of times a month. And the total of all these was 12,000 searches a month. So, assuming that only 25% of these searches were looking for landscape install rather than landscape maintenance, that's still 3,000 people who are searching just in the Southeast Valley alone for the sorts of services that you offer. Now, I noticed your business address is in Phoenix, so I'm sure you'd be interested to take a look at keywords around Phoenix and the West Valley, Glendale, Peoria, Surprise. All of those areas would have volume just like these Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert keywords that I'm showing you. And so this is really what I want to help you understand how you can capture some more of. Because I'm sure as a business owner, you understand the value that could bring to you to have, even 100 people looking at your website every month. We know that on average, about 5 to 10% of people who come to your website either give you a call or submit a contact form. So for every 100 traffic you can capture, that's 5 to 10 very good quality exclusive leads for your business. So I want to give you some tips on how to make that happen, how you can capture some of this search volume and bring it to your site. So here's your website right here. The first tip I have for you would be to add about at least 500 words of content. And when I say content, I'm speaking specifically about text content. So the fact that you have reviews on here, by the way, I looked at your business profile. All 5-star reviews. Looks like you do awesome business. But having these reviews is great, but I certainly would recommend very much expanding this part. The reason for that is because when you are writing your content, if you're able to write in words like these words, these search terms, it makes it way easier for Google to put your site in front of somebody who's searching. So for instance, if I go to Google and type in Mesa Landscaping, and your site has Mesa Landscaping on it in the content 2 or 3 times, it makes it that much easier for Google to put 2 and 2 together. So that's the first tip that I have, is add a lot more content with the sorts of keywords that you want to target. And again, I saw that your address is Phoenix, so maybe for you that's Phoenix Landscaping or Landscape Contractors in Phoenix, Landscape Design Phoenix. Whatever areas in particular you're wanting to target, that's what you want to put into your content. So that's tip number 1. Just to give you a quick example of one of your competitors who's taken advantage of this, I searched Landscape Phoenix AZ. Your first competitor who comes up here is Master AZ Scapes. If we look at these guys' sites, Landscaper Phoenix, Landscaper in Phoenix, Landscaper in Phoenix again. Let's see, what else? Phoenix Landscaper. So these guys are clearly taking advantage of that. They want Google to understand that when somebody searches something to do with landscaping around Phoenix, that their site be ranked for that. So that's the first tip that I have for you. That will help get you ranked here in these organic rankings. The second tip and the second half of how you can get ranked highly here is something called backlinks. This is your company's backlink profile right now, your website's backlink profile. And all a backlink is it's somewhere that there is a link to your website somewhere else on the internet. All right. By comparison, here's the same site we're looking at, Master AZ Escapes. This is what their backlink profile looks like. So they have 1,000 backlinks coming from almost 500 different websites. All right. And as you can see, this is the average traffic that they get per month from searches like this. These guys are getting 1.7 thousand traffic to their website per month. That means that they're likely getting somewhere in the vicinity of, let's see, probably 85 to 150 leads a month, I would guess. And so, I'm sure you see how that could be valuable. I'm sure you want to grow your business. So, and of course, we wouldn't jump from on average 0 traffic a month to 1.7K right away. But this is certainly something that you could take advantage of with your website to get more business. So those are my 2 tips with how to rank highly down here. Got one last quick tip for you, and that has to do with this. So like I mentioned, you have a great looking Google business profile because you have stellar reviews. You have 5.0, which, as you can see, most companies aren't able to hold on to that perfect 5. But I wanted to give you a tip for how you can get your business profile into these top 3. So as you can see, Master AZ Escapes, they're number 1 down here, but they're not in the top 3 up here. And that's because these rankings work a little differently than these. Like we just talked about, these rankings are based primarily off of the content on your page and the backlinks to your site. And these have another really significant factor at play, which is something called a citation, or citations. And all a citation is somewhere that your business name, address, and phone number appear together on the internet. So my suggestion would be that you go out and you look at your top 3 competitors for the keywords that you want to rank for, and you go find out where they have citations, and then you get those citations for your business as well. That's something that we call the copycat method, and it works very well in terms of outranking your opponents because you end up with everything that every one of them has, plus some more on top. So if you get more citations than these guys in the top 3, you'll notice that really helps you move up these business rankings. And getting your profile into these top 3 is very important because, as you can see, this is even more high profile than these search results down here. So a lot of people will just go straight here to look for your website or for your phone number. So that's really important as well. So citations is my tip there. To summarize one more time, the first 2 tips, which were getting these keywords into the content on your website and getting more backlinks, that will influence your ranking and get you onto page 1 for these sorts of keywords that you want to rank for. And the last tip, citations, has to do with how you can rank in these top 3 spots right here, which also, clearly will get you more leads and more business. So that's all I have for you. I'd really appreciate if you wouldn't mind taking the time to drop me just one line of quick feedback, letting me know if this info is useful to you. Other than that, thank you so much for your time watching this, and I look forward to speaking with you again.